think this is a good idea and call yourselves Christians, how would you respond if another country had done this to Donald Trump? Let's say President Xi, or Vladimir Putin, or Ayatollah Khomeini, or maybe a member of the H word in Gaza that you can't even say because they've made that group a bad timey T word. Who's living in 1984? It sure feels like it to me. You got to be real careful with what you say. But that was immediately my first thought when this happened. How would Americans respond if someone kidnapped Trump and then let's just make it President Xi? I feel like that would get to people. President Xi would never do this. Everything I know about him, he would never do this. Tweets a picture of Trump handcuffed on a Chinese ship with a blindfold over his head. And then he does a press conference and just says, well, you know, Trump's done a lot of bad stuff. He's really messing with us on Taiwan. He just sent Taiwan like $9 billion in missiles. He's seizing ships on the high seas, including some of ours. F around and find out, Trump. What if he'd said that? That's pretty much what Trump said. Trump got up on the on stage and was like, well, they got a bunch of oil, you know, that we need and we want. And I feel like if you could put it in parentheses, it would say, you know, do you guys know how far in debt we are? It's like 41 trillion or something. We need some collateral, guys, or all the credit cards are going to get maxed out. And then next Christmas, we'll be in Great Depression number 2. So to prevent Great Depression number 2, we need to flirt with World War III. Okay, duh, come on. We need a little collateral. What do you think that Iraq thing was all about? Listen to Alex Krainer explain that. The housing crisis and Iraq's oil went just like this together. Quinky dink. Come on now. Don't be naive. Don't be naive. You know what this is. I did like listening to Daniel Davis, Colonel Daniel Davis. He said, I mean, I feel like if you call yourself a Christian, you got to take the log out of your own eye. So this isn't a path I like to go down that much. But he was like, who should we kidnap next, says Drew. Exactly. Let's make a list. It sounds like Iran's going to be on the list. Colombia's on the list. Trump, you can find the clip. Trump said the president of Colombia better watch his ass. Well, that's what Jesus went around saying, right? Hey, you guys better watch your ass because I'm coming for you. Why? Because it's the right thing to do? Nope, just because I can. Because I got a big stick. And I'm saying this entire continent over here, it's mine, baby. And you try to do something about it. Good luck. Now, that's where the Christian morality comes in. You know, I pretty much it's like kindergarten level morality, you know? How would I like it if another country did that to my leader? I probably wouldn't like it. I probably wouldn't like it no matter how much I hated them. You're not going to like it. You think the Venezuelans are going to be like, of course, there's some out there. Well paid, I'm sure, just like Maduro's military surrounding him, protecting him. Well paid. That's where the commies kind of got the capitalists by the short and curlies, as they know. You're really fighting the ultra wealthy. They can just buy off your military. Good luck defending anything when Wall Street can buy off your military. It's not really going to work. It's not really going to work. That's why Mao handed out a political pamphlet, the little red book, to every soldier. You get a gun and you get political philosophy. You need to ideologically understand who you're fighting, what they're willing to do. It's a real commitment to anti-imperialism. This government has no commitment to anti-imperialism. This government is imperialism. But I kind of appreciate it, because instead of Barack Obama or Kamala Harris saying, we're doing this to save the trans girls of Caracas, he just goes out on stage and is like, they got a bunch of oil we need, guys. How do you think we're going to have this great American resurgence? How are we going to build all this manufacturing at home? How are we going to pay off the bondholders who really run this country? One of my favorite Bill Clinton quotes, he said, when I die, I want to come back as the U.S. bond market so I can have real power. Real power. I'm interested to see how Alex Krainer spins the kidnapping of Maduro as a good thing. I think he'll probably just say it's an inevitability. But as Drew said in the comments, who should we kidnap next? Let's make a list. Put it in the comments. America, what bad could possibly happen? And not that hypocrisy has ever stopped America in the past, but why shouldn't Xi just take Taiwan? Just go over there, whoever's the president of Taiwan. We haven't been propagandized enough on that one yet. That's why I don't know. But Putin kidnap Zelensky. Any country that's got a problem with another country, you want to be like America? You want to follow the rules-based order? Start seizing their ships on the high seas. You can keep the ship, you can keep the oil, and then buy off their military, land a helicopter next to their house, and just kidnap them and their wife. The wife as well. And then Marco Rubio with the cross on his forehead. Real good Christian. You're hearkening back to whoever Simone Bolivar fought. You're going to have a trial for Maduro, I guess for his wife as well. We're going to get to have a trial. I love it. You guys hate Stalin, and then you do the exact same thing that you accuse him of. Oh, I tell you, you laugh to keep from crying. I think of old Mark Twain under Teddy Roosevelt. Another one, a lot like Trump, with a big stick. Except he could write books that were read at military academies forever. It's kind of an interesting one. Teddy Roosevelt wrote a book that was studied, I believe it's still studied, in Navy military academies for years afterwards. So he was a dogged imperialist, asked someone from the Philippines, but he could write Art of the Deal, I guess. We do have that one. Anyway, it's a good time to be in the tradition of Mark Twain. Much like Mark Twain, we're doing this to keep from crying, making jokes out of it because it disgusts us so much. And, it is what it is. What do you expect? I think Trump's actually the perfect American president. Trump is going to bring in digital ID. I did kind of think that a little bit. We've been had. I think they kind of knew that there was no way Kamala was going to win. And they really wanted Trump. The ruling class really wanted Trump. And they knew Trump, you can see it on conservative MAGA faces whenever you bring up stuff like this. It's just like, does not compute. Does not compute. Too much cognitive dissonance. Couldn't have Kamala. I agree with that. I think Kamala would have cackled and hit the button. So I'm still a little bit of the camp of, less wrong going this way. No one died on the American side. I guess that's good. I guess. But, it's sickening, dude. It's just sickening. So, I wanted to hop on here and do a little quick live stream. Trump ushering in digital ID. It sure does seem like he's rolling out the red carpet for Palantir, Peter Thiel, all that. Whitney Webb. She's sharp on that side of the fence. And push crypto. Make your money and try to get out. Get something solid. Buy some silver. Buy some ammunition. Just in case. Few 20-pound bags of rice, perhaps. Learn to fish. But yeah, that's that. Lots of ways to support the channel, but we're all broke, so don't worry about it. You can just, thanks for watching, Daniel Davis, I love that guy. At the end of his video, he goes, where's Daniel Davis from? Does anybody know? It's Tennessee, Alabama, somewhere south. He said, now, I don't try to sell you gold like a bunch of other channels. And I don't tell you how to manage your stock portfolio. But if you could like and subscribe, it'd really help me out. Already subscribed, Daniel. I love that guy. I love that guy. If you haven't watched his most recent stream about this whole thing, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a better one than that. My heart and Daniel Davis's heart in a very similar place. I don't think I could have ran the tank division in Iraq, but, you know. Still think he's a good man. I always listen to what he's got to say, and I'm going to start trying to do these every day. In my head, I'm always trying to do an hour live stream a day. It's too much. Too much. I'm a dad, 2 little kids. Soon to be 3. Don't tell anybody. I'm a teacher, high school teacher. I'm very busy, but in the long term, I decided to go ahead and film this with the sound of the chainsaw in the background because this is what the kidnapping of Maduro is doing to America's diplomatic credibility on the world stage. I figured we'd keep it in here. So anyway, I'm going to try to do one of these a day, shoot for around 10 minutes. Say if we hit 8 minutes, YouTube treats it as a normal video. And the whole concept of money kind of makes me sick. But, you know, if you are going to build a channel long term, and I would like to eventually get to the point where I can spend a couple hours on this every day instead of a couple shorts and a 10-minute stream like this. So, you know, you got to be real. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism, as they say. But it did remind me. I mean, it's kind of why I've been drawn to the Marxist-Leninist philosophy. You can say all the things that are wrong with it, like, oh, they're hypocritical in this way and they're hypocritical in that way. Yeah, but they're dedicated to what they believe. So if you're passing out little red books along with a rifle to your soldiers, and they actually believe in what they're fighting for, unlike Maduro's soldiers, I guess, probably going to be hard to buy him off and let a helicopter land next to your leader's house and kidnap him and take him back to your enemy's country. It makes sense to me. You're proving that people are actually committed to what they're fighting for. There's not many other philosophies like that. Most of them seem to be very easily corruptible by greed. Seems to be. Even whatever you were doing in Venezuela, you didn't claim it was Marxism, Leninism. That's always kind of a flag to me. If you're like, I'm not like the communists. Exactly. He was betrayed by his own security forces. I've read the CIA's, they hate China because they can't get any access. My little one just ate her ice cream. Good job, baby. They can't get access to the Central Committee because they take what they're doing seriously. They have a serious understanding of who they're fighting against. You're fighting against two-timer backstabbers that care about money above anything. And Trump's the perfect example of that. He doesn't care if, your president's gutted in the street. As long as he can build a hotel downtown, hey, it's all good. Helps out the kids. And that's why I'm not mad he's the president. He's the perfect example of American capitalism. Perfect. Good. Let the world see what this thing is. Okay? And I'm not against the American people. I love the American people, guys. But there's certain people on the left that blame China and Russia for not protecting Maduro. Your government did this, Americans. What are you doing to stop it? You're looking at China or Russia to help out people that our government is targeting? Like, it kind of shows how just inept Americans feel that they can do anything. Can we even say America is capitalist? Yeah, it's kind of like me and one of my friends were talking, local lawyer here who I'm buddies with, and he was kind of like, he's like, well, it seems like China has sort of privatized socialism, and America has socialized capitalism. So I know that's the old Hawes critique that everything's socialist now. How are you going to print, what is it? The Fed's printing 140 billion every week. Was it every week, every month? I can't remember. To buy bonds because our bond markets are about to collapse. That's what all this is, guys. At the end of the day, be real. We're stealing other people's stuff, their oil, to collateralize the credit markets, the bond markets. That's what this is about. That's why the British and the American CIA desperately wants to break up Russia and take their oil. And that's really why they hate China, because they got their number. Marxist-Leninist philosophy has their number. They know. That's the only thing really ever going to stop them. And that's why it's demonized in this country. As soon as you say it, people are like, oh, you're some sort of comic, pinko comic. No. Okay. Turn you against the one thing that's going to save you. That and Jesus. Put the two together, I think you'll be all right. It's America with socialism with American characteristics. Frontier, Jeffersonian socialism, and a love for Jesus. What we just did in Venezuela, not a love for Jesus. It's going to be hard to spin that one. Anyway, guys, this is my New Year's resolution to do one of these every day. Hit at least 8 minutes, 10 minutes, somewhere in there. Maybe 15 if I feel like going. Jesus praying. Thank you, Corey. What would Jesus do? Absolutely not what we did in Venezuela. And, this is what I really want to do on here long term. Like I said, I'm a very busy dad of little kids that multiple jobs, working class, trying to survive. So I can't dedicate the time that I want to this. But in the long run, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to do this channel until I'm dead. So audiobooks, it's the real bread and butter, the evergreen material. But the live streams like this is what's really close to my heart, what I really care about. And instead of shooting for an hour that I can hit maybe once a month, and we're going to shoot for 8 minutes. That's the way to do it. And we're going to do it every day. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hold me to it. Love you. How do I end this thing? Is it just the X? Let's see. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Hey, take care, brother. We live in dark times. We do. But you know what? How meaningful. If we are spiritual beings, which I think we are. I think we're, there's a certain mystical time I had, a little experience, and I realized that we are spiritual beings living a physical existence. And I think we come down here as spirits to face trouble and to choose courage, ultimately. So I think Americans, we need to choose courage and fix our government. However you want to spin that, and stay on the internet, right? Love you guys. Happy New Year. See you tomorrow. Take care of you and yours, and let's all bond together and take care of our country afterwards, too, so we can be proud of it, unlike today. It's pretty disgusting. Thou shalt not covet, said Colonel Daniel Davis. Deep dive. If you're going to call yourself a Christian, act like one. Bye, everybody.